everyone, I've got some movie news for you guys, and it is for the upcoming Captain Marvel movie. Now, Entertainment Weekly has just released yesterday a whole slew of images from the movie, which is set to release next year. The cover of the magazine with Brie Larson as Carol Danvers, aka Captain Marvel. And I think she looks pretty good. I'm glad that we finally get to see her after, a few months ago they had released some set photos, or set photos made itself online, where you see her in this other costume that obviously looked nothing like, her comic book counterpart's costume. And so I was a little bit disappointed about that, but it's good to see her here, and hopefully she pulls off the character. I don't really know too much about the character other than she was known as Miss Marvel, because Captain Marvel used to be a DC character before he turned into Shazam, which is also another movie coming out next year. So with seeing her look, I think she looks pretty awesome, and she definitely looks like she fits into the role, and her character has these special powers that she gets from meeting some of these other non-human characters, and there are quite a few of them. First off, you have this group of characters called Star Force, and it is a mix of these Kree, like the race of Kree, and it's just a whole bunch of people from Gemma Chan, who I had seen in Crazy Rich Asians, and she plays Dr. Minerva. And you even have the return of Jaimon Hansu, who was previously seen in Guardians of the Galaxy. And obviously Brie Larson is leading the pack, but she and the Star Force are going to come in contact with Ronan the Accuser, played by Lee Pace, also seen in Guardians of the Galaxy. So it'll be really nice to see him return once again, because I thought he was one of my favorite parts of Guardians of the Galaxy. And also, he is standing next to Jude Law's character, who plays Mar-Vell. It'll be really interesting to see what he can do, because you have that mix once again of humans with aliens all sort of interacting once again, and maybe Ronan will be on his best behavior this time around. That remains to be seen. Not only do you have Star Force, but also you have the return of the Skrulls, and it's this other alien race that, their look reminds me a lot of something you would see in Star Trek. So you kind of have these sort of alien species that, they really do kind of look kind of like, obviously fakey in a way, but I mean, they could be cool. I mean, the environment that they're in right now, I don't know, it just makes them, look really cheap looking, but who knows what the final product will make them out to be. Also, speaking of Jude Law, there definitely is a lot of interactions between his character and Brie Larson's character, so it'll be really cool to see what they can do together, because obviously she gets her powers from somewhere, and Brie Larson has a lot to deal with in this movie because it is set in the 90s. So even though I had read that this isn't exactly an origin story, so I don't know how they're going to decide to do a continuation, into the already established Marvel universe, but maybe they'll do some flashbacks, because we also get to see Samuel L. Jackson return as Nick Fury, and he's kind of looking younger, but that's all due to the fact that they sort of like digitally de-aged him. So he kind of looks cool, but also you're seeing him without the eye patch. So I wonder if we're going to see that all in this movie where, you know, he loses his eye and looks like the more iconic Nick Fury that we all know him to be. And also with no hair, obviously. Also, some other new characters, because Carol Danvers is in the military, so she flies jets, but she's got a friend to do that with. So, I don't really know too much about her character. Other than she's also kind of a superhero in a way. So we'll see if she actually embodies that character as well. So I'm not really sure what else to make of this movie other than it's Marvel's first female-led film, and obviously the cover of EW had the tagline, "The future is female," but it's kind of interesting because the movie is set in the past, and I don't know where else they're gonna go in the Marvel universe with a female-led film other than a Black Widow movie, and I don't know if there's any potential to see a female Avengers film, but that remains to be seen as well. So I'll still hope to see a trailer in the future, and maybe that'll get me even more excited to see this movie, because I would like to see what this movie is going to be all about. But I think so far it looks pretty decent. So, I think that Brie Larson in the costume looks great, and seeing a return of some characters and seeing some familiar actors here will also be pretty neat as well. It'll be marvelous. So, let me know in the comments what you guys think of the first look of Captain Marvel and Brie Larson as that character, and if you're looking forward to seeing this movie come out next year. And as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates, come back every week for a Chill Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys later.